Today I'm working on this ambulance, and when I got it from the department, it came with the Whelan lights missing, and they removed the screws, so I don't have the screws, I don't have the cover, and so this is pretty common if you get an ambulance just recently retired from its service. So what I've done is I've created a filler panel, and this is 3D printed out of glass-filled ABS, so it should be really weather resistant, UV resistant. And so we're going to be mounting this up in its place and covering up those big old holes on all the way around this ambulance. I'm going to have these available on my store, and the link will be below. But to make sure it fits yours, make sure that you use the guide that I have posted up, and you just measure between all the screw points and make sure that the measurements are accurate before purchasing one of these. And if you need a light that's a slightly different size but still rectangular in shape, just go ahead and give me a message and I can make one for you that works just the same. Before doing anything, I want to clean this up, so I'm just going to take some glass cleaner and see how well it cleans up some of this dirt and goop. It doesn't do a crazy good job. So for this one, I'm actually going to bust out the big guns. So I'm going to use some thinner. You might notice that there's a little bit of a warp to these panels when you get them new. That's normal. Once you get it lined up and sink those screws down, it's going to straighten right out. Now additionally, the lip along the inside is almost exactly a 1/4 inch. So if you wanted to have additional waterproofing without going and putting caulk or RTV around the sides, you can get 1/4 inch double-sided tape and put this around these edges, and then you'll press them on, screw it in, and you'll have a weather-tight seal. I'm not going to be doing that in this example, but just so you know, if you're going to do that, this is the time to do it. Now, because I was already missing this light when I got it, it didn't have the screws that were in here, and these were just self-tapped to begin with. So instead what I did is I went to the hardware store and got a slightly larger self-tapping screw, and we'll be making the hole just a slight bit larger. But if you're using new hardware, you don't want to be tapping the holes while you have the plate up here, because the torque from the driver could slip and hit your panel and put a hole in it. So what you're going to want to do first, before you put the panel up, is use your screw to tap the holes just like that. Now we're going to take our cover panel and the included washer, line up your hole, insert the washer, and then get the screw started. I'm going to line up some of the screws before I get going and sink them all down. That way I know it's nice and even. Now you'll notice that any warping that was there is nice and flush. When torquing these down, you don't need to go super crazy. If you're using a torque driver, just 1 or 2 clicks on a medium to low setting is fine. Now if you didn't use double-sided tape, you have a couple options. You can either leave it as is, but just know that it's not exactly watertight, although it is pretty tight. But what I would recommend doing, which I won't show in depth in this video, is taking some masking tape and mask all the way around, leaving about a 1/4 inch. Something like this, except for all the way around. And then getting some color matched caulk to match the box and the cover, or black is a good universal one. And then use a Scotch-Brite or about a 220 grit sandpaper to scuff on both this 1/4 inch gap on the underside and all the way around the edges. And then put some of that color matched RTV or caulk. Let it set up for a few minutes, and then run a popsicle stick or a wet finger along the edges, and then peel your tape off, and then you'll have a nice professional looking perimeter edge that you can use as a water barrier. These covers are paintable. If you want to paint them, all you need to do is scuff the entire surface and sides with red Scotch-Brite, and then clean with a glass cleaner or a mild solvent or Dawn dish soap. And then once dry, spray it down with a coat of Bulldog adhesion promoter, and what that does is just lightly softens the plastic so it's more willing to receive paint. And then you can apply your top coat, whether that be rattle can or a 2-part epoxy. This overall finish really brings a clean look rather than just using a metal cutout and using adhesive to stick it on there. It looks very intentional. Hopefully this will be helpful for you and your project, and if you get these and are happy with them, I'd love to see the results. Thanks for watching.